In ordering photos, you may do so with the order form that was made available to all seniors at the high school. If you need an order form, please contact the high school office. At the end of the ceremony, please remain in your seats during the recessional until all of the graduates have exited.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome each of you to the commencement exercises of the 59th graduating class of Harper Creek High School. I'm Principal Dennis Anthony, and I have the distinct privilege of presiding over the ceremony this evening to celebrate the class of 2019. Joining me on stage is Assistant Principal Lisa Crawford, Superintendent Rob Ridgway, Assistant Superintendent for Instruction Laura Williams, and our Board of Education, President Bo Bess, Vice President Lisa Hubbard, Secretary Tina Kiger, Treasurer Don Myers, Trustee Tim Martin, Trustee Dale Borders, and Trustee Jason Smith. Senior members of the Honors Choir, please join the choir at this time. At this time, would you please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the High School Honors Choir singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the
Representative Julian Adams for our opening remarks.
Good evening, families, staff, and fellow graduates. I would love to stand up here and bestow sage advice upon you, but this is coming from the girl who failed 3 road tests and glued her graduation cap decorations on upside down, not once, but twice. Clearly, I'm no life expert. Instead, however, I would like to say how incredibly proud I am of each and every one of you for making it here today and celebrate our amazing experience here at Harper Creek. Today marks an important day for all of us. Our collective experience as Harper Creek's class of 2019 has come to an end. The last 13 years, we've experienced many things together. Now is our time to venture out into the world as individuals. Before we close this chapter of our lives, let's look back and celebrate some of our finest moments through the years. I would like you all to think back to your first day of kindergarten. I know it feels like forever ago, but think about the emotions that you felt on that day. The mixture of excitement and fear of what lies ahead of us. Today, we are faced with that same feeling of the unknown. Our story continues in elementary school, a time when the Scholastic Book Fair was a national holiday. A time when the most anticipated part of the day was when the teacher stood in front of the class and said the 4 most exciting words in the English language. Heads down, thumbs up. It was a time that the only true judge of athletic ability was how fast you could go on the butt scooter in gym class. We treated it like an Olympic sport. Now let's look back at middle school and cringe at the knee-high Converse and skin-tight Aeropostale shirts we wore. Middle school was a time when our biggest decision was what color we were going to paint our rocket. It was when the chocolate chip cookies in the cafeteria were a delicacy. Middle school was one more place for us to make memories and meet even more friends. And then we entered the great big walls of high school, where the final pages of our chapter were written. When we started high school, we had no idea what we were in for. Our first formal dance together, where we learned how many of our classmates had some sick moves. We went from getting the go home freshman chant at football games to roaring it back in unison at the underclassmen. High school was a time when, strangely enough, we watched several of our teachers kiss farm animals. Mr. Oakes, my sheep said hey. Although these events may seem insignificant in the moment, they create a memory of our fond time together. Every step along this journey we took together. For those of you who may not have gone to Harper Creek schools before high school, I am sure you have many of your own memories you can relate to. In some way, each and every one of us shaped each other into the people that we are today. We can always look back on our past here at Harper Creek and smile. We can remember the laughs and the memories we've created over the years. Thank you, class of 2019, for enriching my school experience. Good luck to all of you and whatever you do in your future. Woo!
Thank you, Juliana. The Honors Choir will now perform a choral selection, Blessing in the Leaving, under the direction of Mr. Eric introduce this year's Distinguished Alumni Award recipient and keynote speaker, the Honorable Tracy Tomac. As her nomination for the award stated, Judge Tomac has demonstrated a love for her community and the people in it. Her volunteer efforts and work with the public, both in a personal and professional capacity, should be seen as an inspiration to students, and even though life may throw you a curveball, what counts is your perseverance and desire to achieve your goals. Judge Tomac has always taken pride in the fact that she is an alumnus of Harper Creek. She has maintained strong ties to the community, and she embodies so many admirable qualities, but most of all, it is an everlasting example of fighting for your dreams and overcoming the obstacles standing in your way. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Harper Creek Class of 1985 alumnus, the Honorable Tracy Tomac.
First, I want to thank everyone that had a hand in selecting me for this award today. To be recognized by the school where I grew up means more to me than any professional accomplishment. I am so grateful to be able to speak to the class of 2019, and I thank each of you and your families and friends for allowing me these few minutes. That's right, few minutes. I'm not going to take much time. I know. Amen. It really is surreal to stand up here in front of these proud Harper Creek graduates because I feel like I was in that seat just yesterday. The class of 1985 was the best, according to us, and each class has thought the same thing since then, and that's what Harper Creek is all about. You are the best. If you remember nothing else that I tell you today, remember this. Life goes by in the blink of an eye. The days are long and sometimes they're hard, but the years go by so fast. But we will always have this in common. We are Harper Creek graduates. And to those in the stands that are Harper Creek graduates, let's congratulate ourselves for having Harper Creek in common forever. What happens after tonight is going to be a different story for every one of you. My story is one of a kind, and so is yours. It begins tomorrow. It is going to be wonderful and awful and exciting and boring and so satisfying and extremely disappointing. Not one of you will have a journey where everything goes your way. I'll be honest with you, life is kind of a mess. But that is precisely what makes it amazing and interesting. My wish for you as graduates is to do this. Try, fail, fall on your face, get back up again, try again, fail again, and get back up. Keep going. I wanted to share with you some of my specific experiences about when I failed, when I fell on my face. But Mr. Anthony asked me to keep this under an hour, so you're just going to have to trust me. There's a lot of stories there. But it's the failures of life and what you do next that will make you interesting. Be interesting. It's not until you really make a mess of things and then look around and decide where you will go next that your life is going to grow. Don't be afraid to fall down. Greatness only comes when you have the ability to use a failure as a stepping stone. Use it and keep going. In Michigan, we can use the great analogy of potholes, and I'm able to do this in my professional life now. You're gonna fall in a pothole. It might be lots of little ones that do damage over time, and it might be one that knocks you completely off the road. But the potholes are a gift because now you get to sit back, get your bearings, and decide where to go next. For today, I congratulate you again, and I want you to soak up every moment of this experience. One day you will remember it just like I do. Come back to Harper Creek throughout your lifetime. Whether you live here or move away, come back and share your failings. Share how you kept going, and tell Harper Creek how you became interesting. Good luck, class of 2019.
Thank you. At this time, we would like to recognize our top academic students, our salutatorians and valedictorians. Earning salutatorian status, it is my honor to present this award to Kate Zepka. Earning salutatorian status, it is my honor to present this award to Charlie Vaughn. Kate and Charlie have elected to share some words of wisdom with us.
Thank you all for joining us on one of the most important nights of our lives. If you don't know who we are, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Kate.
We know we aren't philosophers, but we were hoping some of our words can help you to become the best version of yourself. High school, even though it doesn't seem like it now, is both a very important but small part of your life. And now as it is coming to a close, we can look back at all the highs and lows that come with the memories from the last 4 years and should remember one simple fact: we made it through.
All of us sitting here today, all together for one last time, is proof that when we put our minds to it, we are unstoppable. The key component to this success and drive that we all share is trusting yourself. Following your dreams comes by letting your heart lead the way. In order to be able to achieve the goals you have set, you must believe in yourself and be okay with the person that you are. Remember that no one is perfect, and the only way to make progress in life is to mess up. There is no high without a low.
The most important thing we've learned in our short time on this earth is that the biggest part of you are the people in your life. Close your eyes. Think about who has had the largest impact on you. Who do you see? I, the same as many of you, see my amazing parents who have put up with me for the past 17 years and change. All of your success starts with them, the people sitting in the stands, sharing this moment with you today. When you move into the next chapter of your life, make sure to surround yourself with people that make you love yourself when you're with them. Keeping a circle of people who care about your success just as much as you do helps you make monumental leaps. Having people who are ready to catch you when you fall shows not only that it's okay to make mistakes, but it teaches you to have confidence in yourself. These people build you up and only want the best for you. Once you realize that, you can become stronger and more able to pay it forward.
Once you go out into the world, you can expect challenges and bumps in the road, but that doesn't make you any less valuable. Realizing your worth instills a newfound confidence and allows you to tackle each and every day with grace and strength unknown to others. Trusting yourself is a learned skill. It requires a deep understanding and acceptance of who you are and what you represent. If you have faith in yourself, it means that you are bringing your authentic self every day in everything that you do. Self-trust is a rare and special quality that few possess. The best kind of leaders believe in themselves because they are constantly sharing and cultivating insight for others. To create continuous impact and influence around you for the betterment of a healthier whole, trust yourself and encourage those around you to do the same. Expect to be challenged on the road ahead, but if you hang in there, you will discover an abundance of opportunity to come. The trust you have in yourself and the ability to follow your heart all lie within you and are absolutely necessary for what the future has in store for us. If this speech was just nothing but a bunch of words to you, at least leave with the notion that you are one of a kind and to always follow your heart. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you for those words of wisdom. Earning valedictorian status, it is my honor to present this award to Ella Blyler, who will also share some words of wisdom.
As I was sitting 2 days ago at a blank piece of paper that I called my speech, I immediately asked my mom for advice, per usual. I told her that it was extremely hard to give advice to my entire class when I quite often couldn't follow it myself. She told me that every day I took the opportunity to better myself, whether I realized it or not, and as always, she was right. High school is often viewed as a period in which us students focus so much on preparing for higher education rather than as a period of development in and of ourselves. Coming into Harper Creek High School as timid freshmen, we took this time to get involved in sports, music, art, and many other extracurricular activities. It was also the time that many of us started to take our academics more seriously and anxiously tried to figure out what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives. I'll admit, it was sometimes a very difficult time, but it was also a great time to take advantage of the opportunities that our school gives us. We don't all have equal opportunities, but we all have the opportunity to be better than we currently are. We all have this opportunity to be and to do better than we did yesterday. To Nico, who was diagnosed with anemia earlier in his high school career and was able to PR in the 2-mile with a time of 9:56 at his last race ever. To Ellie, who was not supposed to be able to walk here today at graduation, but after countless hours of therapy and 2 surgeries, she's proving the doctors wrong. To Sam, who met a devastatingly early end to his senior year football career, but was able to almost completely pay off his college through a multitude of scholarships. And to everyone out there, I know there are many who have faced their own adversities, but have made the most of the opportunities that have come from it. It was in 5th grade when Brendan Halverson was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia, and as a class we were both confused and curious. Since then, he has had the opportunity to travel to various places both in and outside the country to raise awareness for his disease and not let his FA get the best of him. His strength and courage has in turn given our class the opportunity to focus on the positive aspects of life and to learn and volunteer for something so much bigger than our school or even our community in general. So Brendan, thank you for that. We all have the opportunity to attract whatever we desire into our experience. It is up to you and you alone if you take responsibility for your life. And if you seek the opportunities you wish to find, you will find them. And when you do, conquer them. Don't take your opportunities for granted. In the words of Sumner Redstone, remember that true opportunity never knocks. I have found that I have to go looking for opportunity, and if I don't find it, I have to create it. Be open to opportunity. We all have the power to be great, and we all have the power to become so much more than we are. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Ella. Our high school band, under the direction of Mr. Jared Cavis, will now present an instrumental selection, American River Songs. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I present the senior class of 2019 to Mr. Rob Ridgway, Superintendent of Harper Creek Community Schools, and recommend them for graduation.
Class of 2019, congratulations. Parents of the class of 2019, thank you for all your time and effort. Class of 2019, you begged, you pleaded, and you sent me Twitter messages, and you got 9 snow days this year. Almost a record, and a beautiful night for graduation. I would like to take just a couple of minutes to impart a little bit of knowledge about honesty and integrity. Early in my life, my grandparents instilled in me to hold honesty in high regard. You can make money, you can buy cars, houses, and clothes, but you cannot buy personal integrity. The truth sometimes hurts. The truth is not always an easy road, but living the truth will gain the respect and loyalty of those around you. All of you, class of 2019, will be leaders in your life. You will have the opportunity to influence the lives of others, possibly at work, almost certainly in your personal life. Your sphere of influence with coworkers, employees, friends, your own children, or a life partner. Let honesty and integrity guide your actions. There is no doubt all of us will make mistakes. We may use bad judgment, we may fail at a project or lose a job, we may hurt those we love, but it is how we respond that defines us. Own your mistakes, own your transgressions, make amends with those whom you have hurt, take responsibility for your actions, speak with honesty, and act with integrity. A mentor once told me that your character is built when no one is watching. The times when the only person you are accountable to is you. It cannot be bought, only earned through a lifetime of action. My simple advice to you is to always choose integrity. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I share a quote from Bob Marley. The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and ability to affect those around him positively. Class of 2019, you started in kindergarten in September of 2006 and spent 13 years together. You learned to read and write, you learned about science and how to do math. Well, most of you learned how to do math. You learned to tie your shoes, you learned how to get along, how to play together, and how to support each other. You performed in holiday pageants and spring sings. You went to Mackinac Island in 4th grade. You came together in 5th grade. You met new classmates and made new friends from Beetle Lake, from Sonoma, from Waddles Park. You learned to be independent at 6th grade camp. You shut off rockets to celebrate the class of 2013. You joined the band, you sang in the choir. You started to play sports with your friends, school sports with your friends. You moved to high school and learned about graduation credits and requirements, and those things count. You went to the Math Science Center, the Career Center. You took KCC classes. You went to homecoming dances and the prom and sat through endless classes with our awesome teachers. You became your own person, you developed your hopes, you developed your dreams, and you found others that shared your interest. Last week, you did your senior walk. You watched your senior video, and now you're almost through your graduation ceremony. 13 memorable years together. I want to personally congratulate all of you on completing this important step in your lifelong journey. Now is the time you've been waiting for. Will the members of the class of 2019 please rise? On behalf of the faculty and administration at the high school, I present the class of 2019 to the Board of Education, and in so doing certify that each member has met the requirements for a diploma and is entitled to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Thank you, Mr. Ridgway. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the senior class of 2019 to Mr. Bo Best, President of the Harper Creek Board of Education.
2 minutes or less. It is my honor to speak to you this evening, the 2019 graduates of Harper Creek. I know you're anxious to graduate, so I'll keep my remarks brief. When I graduated from high school, I wondered if there was a set path that would lead me to find what I wanted in life. As I've aged, I've realized there is not. What I can share with you are some quick cornerstones that have helped me. To start, be diligent, make the most of every day, set goals, and adjust them as necessary. Add structure, processes, and systems to help manage your life. Invest in yourself regularly, and be open to new opportunities that may come your way. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Be philanthropic with your time and resources. Volunteer and give back. Be respectful and try to understand people by viewing life from their perspective. Take a measured approach, stay the course, and always try to be kind. Learn from your missteps, mistakes, and failures. Remember, everybody makes them. Be the best at whatever you do. Earn it. Few things come without sacrifice and hard work. 2 pieces of financial advice. Save for your tomorrow today and stay away from unnecessary debt, especially credit cards. You will have tough, trying, and traumatic times in your life. Take a breath and realize tomorrow is a brand new day and a new opportunity to start over. Thank your family, friends, and anyone who helped you get here for their countless years of love, support, and guidance. In closing, each of you comes from varying backgrounds and circumstances, some being very challenging. With that being said, tomorrow starts the next chapter in your life. The next line is yours to write. By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Education, and by them delegated to me as president, I hereby confer upon you the diploma of Harper Creek High School. Congratulations, 2019 Harper Creek graduating seniors. I hope you find genuine happiness. God bless. Smile. You did it. Mr. Anthony?
Would the first row please make their way to the stage? All others may be seated.
Ella Grace Blyler. Kate Elizabeth Zepka. Charles Robert Vaughn. Juliana Catherine Adams. Sean Philip Adler. Amanda Caroline Aiden. Connor Andrew Aldrich. Erica Marie Allen. Jared Allen Babcock. Madison Juanita Andrews. Jarrett Hunter Bailey. Abigail Jean Augustine. William David Bailey. Peyton Kiana Bailey. Vincent Allen Baker. Emily Callista Bain. Brooklyn Naomi Renee Baker. Brendan Michael Halverson. Preston James Barker. Jennifer Marie Blowers. Dakota J. Barnes. Danielle Lynn Bohannon. Mason Allen Bauer. Chase Denton Bellis. Maya Ann Brandt. Jackson James Bradley. Chloe Amelia Brown. Joseph Dylan Bragg. Madeline Renee Brown. Jake Edward Burnham. Emma May Burdett. Kent Allen Bushneski. Alexis Marie Campbell. Samuel Reese Busler. Clarissa Gonzalez Chavez. Ariana Mackenzie Cheek. Eric Michael Calhoun. Selena Marie Clark. Brady Russell Chapin. Brooke Nicole Coldemont. Dustin Todd Chapin. Meredith Rose Kuhn. Evan Andrew Sharon. Caitlin Ann Cosgrove. John Robert Clark. Daniel Ryan Nathaniel Colby. Brittany Lynn Cox. Kaylin Jai Crow. Marvin Ronaldo Crespo Sandoval. Esmeralda Cruz. Michael Richard Crinion. Ellie Louise Davis. Ethan John Dalig. Haley Michelle Davis. Jonathan Tucker DeWise. Alora Dale Drake. Joshua Paul Du Bois. Raina Marie Einhart. Jalen Hunter Day. Christina Marie Enriquez. Chandler William Duff. Joshua Allen Eugene Edwards. Peyton Margaret Espelon. Connor Patrick Evans. Nicole Danielle Felice. Samir Frederick. Madison Nicole Foreman. Corey Holden Gerardo. Anna Grace Gandy. Seth Owen Gilbert. Atherton Grace Gothberg. Kayla Elizabeth Gould Mosier. Niels Jonathan Golsch. Shelby Marie Grable. Nicholas Grio Mascara. Madison Riley Havelitz. Cole Levi Hammock. Anna Marie Haygood. Dylan Joseph Harris. Caitlin Elizabeth Halverson. Diedrich Nicholas Heppy. Samantha Irene Marie Harris. Conrad James Hicks. Allison Marie Hartley. Jeffrey Cole Holden. Haley Ann Hausman. Kaylor Thomas Holmes. Faith Bethany Hayes. Bailey Ryan Horrell. Alyssa Paige Herb Wozniak. Jacob Lawrence Howard. Paloma del Sol Hilario Camacho. Julius Carl Ide. Venus Del Mar Hilario Camacho. Joshua James Jacobus.
Allison Claire Jackman. Brian Shamar Johnson. Rachel Lynn Kiefer. Trenton Jewel Devon Jones. Shelby Louise Keeler. Brandon Michael Giuliano. Ashley Elizabeth Keaton. Joseph Andrew Klon Sanchez. Jenna Elizabeth Kohler. Justin Matthew Koch. Delaney Storm Kinsel. Caleb John Kuzma. Grace Ann Elizabeth Lilly. Spencer Mitchell La Rochelle. Carly Marie Magera Poland. Nolan Parker Leatherman. Kristen Nicole Mankey. Nicholas Maurice Leroux. Madison Ida Mae Mapes. Cameron Race Lindsley. Josie K. Martin. Patrick Joseph Malinowski. Alyssa Nicole Martina. Nathan Hunter Martineau. Kiara Elizabeth Rose McKee. Rafael Martinez Arenas. Alexis Ann Metamar. Austin Matthew James Mason. Emily Menjivar. Jace Hayden Masters. Joelle Patricia Mesta. Samuel Richard Mateer. Kayla Marie Monaghan. Gavin Lewis McCormick. Peyton Elizabeth Monroe. Jeffrey Charles McDaniels. Emily Alethea Morrison. Cameron Jacob McHale. Claire Ann Louise Nickerson. Tyler Joseph McKellar. Alyssa Renee Nowicki. Troy William McNeil. Mackenzie K. O'Brien. Justin Curtis McPhail. Sierra Rosita Ortez. Jack Harrison Means. Alexis Adrian Parrish. Matthew Paul Maleko. Haley Olivia Ann Pagero. Gavin Ross Morrison. Morgan Nalene Phillips. Alexander James Newman. Stephanie Rochelle Pritchard. Matthew John O'Connor. Kristen Ann Peruker. Alec Stephen Olson. Aaliyah Joe Ramos. Kui Joseph Patamata. Morgan Elizabeth Ramsdell. Alexander Garland Piper. Kylie Storm Ratcliffe. Dallas James Pruitt. Stevie Jean Register. Devin Michael Rainwater. Caitlin Neal Richards. Christopher James Rao. Hannah Michelle Rojas. Victor Jesus Reyes Rodriguez. Natalie Lynn Ross. Isaac Aaron Rhodes. Alyssa Marie Roth. Luke Thomas Rohrig. Ashton Lee Rowe. Nathan James Root. Maria Adele Sackrider. Jeremiah Robert Rose. Gabriella Morgan Salas. Bryce Jacob Rothwell. Kelsey Lynn Schultz. Reese Michael Rothwell. Emily Morgan Schultz. Patrick Anthony Rowe. Lauren Victoria Selby. Elgis Raymondovich Rolls. Cassandra Elaine Simison. Angel Santa Maria. Grace Marie Catherine Smith. Zachary Robert Schaefer. Danielle May Stewart. Evan John Schick. Shannon K. Stroll. Dalton David Schmaltz. Cynthia Brianne Suddeth. John Andrew Seymour. Cynthia Grace Sumter. Brian Joseph Schaefer. Emma Paulina Tager. Hargobind Singh. Jessica Elena Taylor. Caden Philip Smead. Alexis Nicole Trammell. Zachary Jonathan Smith. Madison Marie Trammell. Jordan Samuel Stasa. Olivia Hillary Turcott. Justin James Stasa. Haley Marie Van Scoter. Tyler Zachary Thomas. Avery Rose Van Valkenburg. Brendan Wesley Trevorrow. Joan Elvira Welp. Anthony Taylor Wetherill. Jamie Nicole Whitmore. Joshua Michael Whitfield II. Carly Elise Weidman. Maxwell Christopher Wilcox. Abby Elizabeth Williams. Lucas Michael Gabriel Wilkerson. Jalen Marie Williams. Chandler Thomas Williams Johansson. Sierra Elizabeth Williams. Adam Nicholas Wilson. Anna Isabella Wolf. Elizabeth Joy Wolf. Olivia Lee Wood. Lindsay Faith Yarger. Bailey Renee Yezik. Sienna Renee Peterson. Taylor Lynn Dellinger.
Will the class of 2019 please rise? To signify our graduation, please join me in moving our tassels from right to left.
Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it is my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2019. Juliana Adams and Ella Blyther, student council representatives, will now give the closing remarks. You may be seated.
We're back, okay. Since this speech is the sole thing keeping you all from the end of the commencement ceremony, we will keep it short and sweet, just like our days here at Harper Creek.
If you have known us for a long time, you would agree that the one word to describe us both would be perfectionist. And when we say perfectionist, we truly mean it. Perfectionism is characterized by one striving for flawlessness and setting high performance standards while being accompanied by critical self-evaluations and concerns regarding others' evaluations.
But we should all strive for something, right? We should all strive to be the best versions of ourselves. Although this phrase can be quite frustrating. How do we know which version is the best version of ourselves? This ongoing question often leads us to believe that we can never live up to said potential. However, what it really means to be the best version of yourself is not to obsess with being perfect in every possible way.
As J.K. Rowling once stated, it is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Perfectionism can be detrimental because it causes us to miss out on what is when we are so focused on what could be.
We often struggle to remind ourselves of this, when, for a moment, there are no more grades to be gotten, classmates to be met, and terrain to be scouted at this high school. Trying to be perfect may be sort of inevitable for many of us, who are ambitious and interested in the world and its good opinion. But nothing important, or meaningful, or beautiful, or interesting has ever come out of the imitations of perfection. The thing that is really hard and really amazing is giving up on being perfect and beginning to work on becoming yourself.
In the words of Rahm Emanuel, you will have failures in your life, but it is what you do during those valleys that will determine the height of your peaks. So to the class of 2019, here's to a journey of happiness and self-wellness, of failures and imperfection, because making the most out of your future journey, both the highs and the lows, will be more fulfilling than a destination of success. Thank you.
Members of the class of 2019, you've learned a lot over the last 13 years and tonight. Your celebration today marks the closing of one chapter of your story, and for many of you, it's been a great chapter. Now you get to write the rest of it. I recommend you set your goal on making it a bestseller. Remember, however, that a bestseller does not have just one good moment or one good chapter. It has several smaller moments that, when put together, make a great story. Write your story so that when it ends, it's a story worth sharing. Congratulations. This time, all rise for the recessional. Graduates, please pick up your diploma behind the student section. That concludes our ceremony. Thank you.